That's in hair clip.
Yeah. I've got a lot of hair clips on.
Okay. Hey, Coach. Two questions for you, if that's okay. The first about Jackie Young. She scored 9 points in overtime after having to leave the court with a hand or finger issue. Just wanted to see if maybe you were able to check in with her afterwards. Like, I guess sometimes those type of injuries don't hit you until later. How's she doing?
Yeah, she was sore a little bit later, but she's good to go. Had it checked out, so it's just gonna be as tolerated, but she's pretty tough, so not too worried about it.
Okay, perfect. And then tonight's alumni night. It's also Alicia Clark's birthday, and she's turning the same age that you were when you retired, I believe. So I'm curious if there are any, what's the biggest lesson that you've learned about yourself or this league since you retired?
Oh, man. I mean, I think the league has gotten better overall, player for player, team for team. There's a lot of parity now. But you should ask her that question. What's the difference between her first couple of years in the league and now? Because she's lived it. You know, I've been out for 10 years. I think, yeah, 10 years. So the league has changed, I think, for the better. Better product, better accommodations for the players. So lots of good things, and she was a part of those pushes. You know, she's somebody has been always like very involved on the, I'll say, player side a lot of times with the league and stuff like that. So well respected vet around the league. So yeah, I think you should ask her, but I'm, you know, because I kind of checked out for a little bit for a couple of years. I really started watching again in 2020 and 2021. The Aces were in the finals against Seattle, and Becky Johnson was on staff, and my friend Jenny Busick was talking to Sue Bird all the time, and I was talking to Becky Johnson, and the two teams were playing each other in the finals. So I started paying a lot more attention, and it's just the NBA, you know, you're just consumed with it and you just need a break at times. And so, but once we started watching, that's kind of when I started paying closer attention, but the league is better.
Thank you.
Becky, when you when the Aces started the season 6-6, every time after a loss, not every time, but frustrating post-game pressers, a couple of swear words here and there. You come off this loss, considering how good the ladies have been playing. You kind of chalk it up to 3 games, 4 nights, T-Mobile, second to back-to-back. They've been playing well, and I mean, do you just sort of take a deep breath and say, hey, it is what it is, scheduling, we were, you know, or.
No. No, everybody has that schedule. Everybody goes through it. You don't get to make excuses. You got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. And we're like almost half of their wins. So it's the worst defensive outing I've ever seen or been a part of. It's top 5 for sure. No, they don't get a pass.
You mentioned checking out for a few years before you tuned back in. At that time, in that span, you won the NBA Summer League as the head coach. NBA Summer League's coming to Vegas. Just on a side note, now you're one of the biggest names in pro sports in Las Vegas. Just how special this next week is going to be for Southern Nevada, which you remember of the Summer League, and then where we're at now in terms of a hotbed.
Yeah, I wish it would be more special and we'd be here, because it's always fun to have the NBA guys come in to the house, show support. They've been showing support for a long time. You know, going back to Kobe, you know, in that hoodie, he was such an advocate for women's sports. He loved women's sports. So all those guys are going to roll through and look at their young guns run around in summer league games. People want to come to Vegas, so I'm going to miss a lot of my buddies that are coming through, but you know, some of us still have to be working.
All right, good Gaius, you're up.
Cool. I have 2 for Becky, if that's okay. Just one, you've talked a lot about the defense this year and how important it is. At this stage of the season, which area of your defense do you feel the best about right now?
Our zone. Our man-to-man is Pick and roll defense has been lousy. Guard 3-point line has been lousy. We've been decent in the paint. You know, it's just been hit or miss, and that consistency has to get better. There's no excuses. You just have to be better. One-on-one, I mean, I think we gave up 18 to 20 points just on one-on-one defense. So there's lots of areas we can improve on.
Okay. And then just more broadly, which area have you seen the most growth in from the team since the beginning of the year?
I mean, we've had some great quarters, you know. Heck, even our fourth quarter the other night was great. I don't know where that is the other 30 minutes of the game. A lot of times, the locking factor, like I said, at the end of the day, you have to have a grittiness to you, a resiliency to you, a want-to factor. And it wasn't that I don't think we wanted, I know we wanted to, it's just we didn't execute at the level needed in order to get stops. And, you know, one thing I've always relied on with this team historically in the past is like, okay, we need 3 stops, we need 1 stop, and they could go out and do it. And the other night we could not stop them when we needed to stop them. And that's concerning. But improvement, I think we got a little bit better in transition, still working the boards a little bit. Obviously, LA got away from us on the glass a little bit in the second half. And then, you know, even going in today with Dallas, 26 second chance points last time we played them. So there's areas we need to improve. Am I thrilled with any of it? No. I don't think we're at the level we need to be. It's just not good enough. That's how I feel about it.
Got you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jonathan, last question.
Hey, Coach, this is Jonathan Softball, Big Baby Sports. What do you guys want to accomplish before the All-Star break?
Win the games that are in front of us.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks,